Hey, what's up? Sal here from SJ Cooks, and today we're putting together a very easy, delicious chicken pasta on the kettle. We're keeping it easy and budget friendly, and we're gonna hit that chicken with some grilled flavor. Let's get started. All right, let's talk grill setup. I'm using the SNS MasterKettle here, and I'm using the SNS insert without the water reservoir, and I'm using the drip and pan griddle. This will help collect any grease, and it makes cleaning a lot easier. And for heat, I'm layering in a thin of unlit charcoal on the SNS insert. Next, I'm lighting about 3/4 chimney of charcoal. And once lit, I'm dumping it over a bed of unlit briquettes inside the slow and sear insert. This setup gives me a nice roasting temperature of 325 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect for chicken. I recommend indirect cooking since it makes the process a lot easier. There's no flipping every 5 minutes, no stressing out over hot spots. It's just nice and steady heat. Let's get it up to temperature and let's cover for 15 minutes. Now, let me prep that chicken. So, we're working with a whole chicken today. First, I'm gonna dry off the skin. If you're new to this, trust me, cooking the whole bird is the way to go. It's usually cheaper per pound than buying the individual pieces. And a whole bird is usually plenty to feed a family. But don't be intimidated, it's easy. Let me show you. One thing I noticed is one of the wing tips is gone. So let's trim off the other wing. We're using a kitchen shear. I will then spatchcock the chicken. Spatchcock is just a fancy word for butterflying. This process requires a removal of the backbone. I'm keeping it beginner friendly by just doing one simple cut instead of two and removing the whole backbone. But if you feel comfortable, you can remove the whole backbone. Next, I cut the breastbone so that's going to lay flat. Doing this makes the chicken easier to handle, and it helps it cook faster and more evenly. I'll try to clean up as much of the extra fat as I can, and any extra skin that I find. Optionally, you can remove the keel bone for easier carving, but I think I'm going to show you that trick in another video. Once you clean up the extra bits of fat, you're done. Now you see how easy that was? Next, let's season it up. Use whatever seasoning blend you like. If you have a go-to chicken rub, throw it on. I'm using a homemade rub. Now the exact ingredients for this rub will be down in the description. I like seasoning the back first, then the sides. These edges are easier to get when it's flipped over like this. Also, get some of that seasoning under the skin. Now the thicker parts of the chicken, like the top of the breast, require a bit more seasoning than the rest. Once you get the edges, flip. And let's season the rest. Make sure you season all of the sections. Now this is not going to take you very long, and that's why I demonstrated it by doing it between the time it takes for my grill to get up to temperature. Now that this chicken is seasoned, it's ready to hit that grill. At this point, my grill is a nice 325 degrees Fahrenheit, so I'm going to place the chicken skin side up on the indirect side, breast facing away from the fire. Since that part cooks faster, this will help protect it and prevent it from overcooking. Now before I close the lid, I'm hitting it again with a bit more seasoning. This will help smooth out the parts that I touch while handling. Although you can cook this chicken indoors or get yourself a rotisserie chicken from Costco, I feel grilling is so worth it. You are getting that amazing charcoal flavor with very little effort. It's a very simple way to elevate your dinner. Your family is gonna thank you, trust me. Let's get the lid on and then let this yard bird do its thing. It's been 50 minutes and the grill has been running a steady 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's check on the chicken. And I'm seeing that beautiful golden brown color start to form. First things first though, I'm gonna place in my thermometer and start monitoring internal temperatures. We're gonna be aiming for 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the breast and ideally 175 to 185 in the thighs. At this point in time, I'd usually rotate it for more even cook and to get more even browning, but honestly, it's looking good to me. So I'm not going to rotate. Let's close the lid again and crank up the temp to 350 degrees. I'm doing so by opening the top vent fully open. Now, while that's cooking, let's head inside and work on the pasta. Now, we're going to keep this very simple. Start with a pot of boiling water, add a little salt. Now, this water should be at ocean level saltiness. I also threw in some grounded herbs just for a little extra flavor. Use whatever you have in hand and use whatever pasta you like. I'm using penne today, or should I say penne. There's no reason, it's just what I had. Let that pasta cook until it's al dente. For penne, it takes about 10 minutes. And once it's done, let's strain it. Now I'm going to be using the same pan for the sauce. This is where we're not trying to win any big awards. I'm using a jarred pasta sauce. Yep, I've got no shame. I'm using Rao's homemade marinara sauce. It's actually quite good. I did, however, decide to drop in some garlic though, because, you know, I'm a big fan of some garlic. Once it's bubbling, we're going to pour in the cooked pasta. Give it a good toss, a nice stir, and well, that part's done. The key here is not to overthink it. This whole meal is supposed to be easy. Let's go back outside and let's check on that chicken. Chicken breast has reached 164 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's ready. This looks delicious. And the skin has gotten pretty crispy. Let me also check the temperature on the thigh. It's close to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, don't be scared of higher temperature on the thighs. It's actually what you want. Dark meat has more fat and connective tissue, so it actually gets better as it goes past 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the great thing about spatchcocking chicken like this is that it makes cooking whole chicken very, very easy to nail temperatures perfectly. Let's remove and then let it rest for a bit. A 15-minute rest should do it. This should be plenty of time to get everything prepared. Now let's carve it up. I'm cutting out the breast meat and then slicing it. I'm prepping 2 plates here. Let's pour in some pasta, then drop in some chopped chives. Now I would have used parsley if I had it. Next, I'm hitting with freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Next, let's place in our sliced chicken breast. Let's finish it off with more chives and more Parmesan. Now look how awesome this looks. You're making a simple chicken pasta dinner and making it look very classy. Congratulations! An easy cheat meal that was elevated by grilling your chicken. No fancy ingredients needed or even a culinary degree. And best of all, you're gonna have some chicken leftovers for all kinds of good stuff tomorrow. Let's taste. Grilled chicken pasta. Let's give it a shot. Absolutely delicious. Now, as you saw, this was very simple and easy to make. It's cheap, it's easy, very low effort, because that grill flavor really packs a punch. You really got to give this recipe a try. Super easy, so fire up that grill.